Please remain standing as our Naval JRTC presents the colors and the KHS band plays our national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your hats. Thank you. Please be seated. Good evening and welcome again to the commencement exercise for the class of 2018. I am Jeff Mordica, honored principal of Kecoughtan High School. We are excited that you have joined us to celebrate the class of 2018. At this time, I would like to introduce our platform guests. Please stand as your name is called. The Honorable Jason Samuels, Hampton School Board Chairman. The Honorable Ann Cherry, Hampton School Board Vice Chairwoman. One of our beloved school board members passed away in March, Mr. Linwood Butch Harper. Served the Hampton community as a school board member for 24 years. May we pause for a moment of silence in his memory? Thank you. The Honorable Phyllis Henry, Hampton School Board member. The Honorable Martha Mugler, Hampton School Board member. The Honorable Joe Kilgore, Hampton School Board member. The Honorable Dr. Reginald Woodhouse, Hampton School Board member. The Honorable Jawan Ward, member of the Virginia House of Delegates representing the 92nd District. The Honorable Donnie Tuck, Hampton Mayor. The Honorable Linda Curtis, Hampton Vice Mayor. The Honorable Teresa Schmidt, Hampton City Council. The Honorable Chris Sneed, Hampton City Council. Dr. Jeffrey Smith, Superintendent of Hampton City Schools. Miss Mary Bunning, Hampton City Manager. Dr. John Dever, Thomas Nelson Community College President. Dr. John Caggiano, Deputy Superintendent, Curriculum and Instruction. Student Representative to the School Board, Xavier Williams. Student Representative Alternate to the School Board, Natalie Kidd. Representing Kecoughtan Administration, Mr. Tim Kaysen, Assistant Principal. Ms. Sharon Graham, Assistant Principal. Dr. Charmaine Grove, Assistant Principal. Mr. Dwayne Lucas, Assistant Principal. And our graduation specialist, Dr. Sarita Jones Kaysen. I would also like to thank Dr. Donna Woods, Executive Director for School Leadership, for her unwavering support of our students, faculty, and staff, and me during my tenure at Kecoughtan High School. Thank you, Dr. Woods. As I reflect on the role teachers play and the impact they have on youth, I'm reminded of this Chinese proverb, which asserts, if you are planning for a year, sow rice. If you are planning for a decade, plant trees. If you are planning for a lifetime, educate people. From the first day of your journey 13 years ago in kindergarten to where you sit now as young adults, your teachers, elementary, middle, and high, have provided you with opportunities to learn and grow, not only as students, but as young people. For this, I ask that you join me in a round of applause to thank them and celebrate their legacy of educating others. We are so excited to see all of you graduates here this morning, along with your friends and family. We know that what a powerful day this is for all of you. This morning, we will recognize the accomplishments of the graduates seated before us, and as an audience, I ask that you please help us maintain the decorum that is appropriate for their graduation. Also, please be sure to turn off all cell phones and electronic devices and refrain from loud calls and sound effects during the ceremony. At Kecoughtan High School, we epitomize the phrase, e pluribus unum, which means, out of many, one. It is on every piece of U.S. currency, and it is everywhere in our school. There is a strong sense of unity and cohesion in our school amongst students and staff. You see it in the daily, cordial, respectful, and friendly interactions between students and staff as they have encounters with each other throughout each and every day. You see it today in how our graduates marched in and were seated together. It is also present in the band selection today, which is titled Bonds of Unity. We have unity of purpose at KHS, which is exemplified in how students value their educational experience and that of others. Whether working collaboratively on a group project or playing on a team, with each member contributing to the success of the whole. Unity is visible daily in acts of kindness and compassion. Whether it is a student helping another student by carrying their books and belongings, or in students finding valuable items, cash or wallets, and turning them in because it is the right thing to do. Unity is also seen in how students come together to positively impact lives of those in our community by collecting canned goods, raising money through fundraisers, donating money to local, state, national charities, or sending thanking of you notes to the students at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Florida. These are only a few examples. However, all of these individual acts create a sense of oneness at KHS. It is more than a school. KHS is a home. It is the home where everyday greatness is the expectation. This morning is especially significant to me personally. For those of you that don't know, I met a great number of today's graduates when I came back to Kecoughtan High School in the fall of 2014 to begin my tenure as principal at this amazing school. Therefore, I was there when many of these graduates began their high school careers at KHS. And now, 4 years later, I get the privilege and honor to watch these students, our students, graduate from high school. Today's graduates have had a substantial and enduring impact on our culture of unity at KHS. There is no doubt that these phenomenal young people will have a similar influence on society as they transition into their post-secondary endeavors. Your legacy will continue to live on in the halls and classrooms of KHS and have a positive influence on current and future Warrior family members. You see, those who attend Kecoughtan and work here are more than students and staff, but a family. A family unites and sticks together no matter how challenging things can be. We are one. We are Kecoughtan. Thank you. Now the KHS senior band members will play their final selection with the band under the direction of Mr. Nicholas Conti. They will perform Bonds of Unity by Carl King. Thank you, Mr. Conti and the KHS band members, especially seniors, for that wonderful selection, and congratulations on your many accomplishments. At this time, we will have remarks from the senior class president for the class of 2018, Brooke Bond. The class of 2018 senior class president, Brooke Bond, is the daughter of Matthew and Emily Bond. While at KHS, Brooke has been actively involved in the life of her school by playing varsity softball and field hockey all 4 years. She also was president of the senior class and English Honor Society and was actively involved in all aspects of the National Honor Society and Math Honor Society. This year, Brooke received the Christopher David Tromley Scholarship, the Virginia Chief of Police Association, Bayport Credit Union, and the National Softball Association. In the fall, Brooke will attend Radford University, where she will play Division I softball. At Radford, Brooke plans to major in sports administration with a minor in business.
Thank you, Mr. Mordecai. On behalf of the graduating class of 2018, I would like to welcome everyone here and thank you for celebrating this special day with us. Before I get started, I would like to congratulate my fellow classmates because this is such a big accomplishment. My name is Brooke Bond, and I'm here to reflect on the past 4 years of high school. Well, here we are, high school graduates. Think about how far we've come. Think about the first day, the first football game, the first dance, the first boyfriend or girlfriend, the second one, the third one, and realizing you might be the problem. Anyways, our class has left a great impact on Kecoughtan High School. Over our past 4 years, we have introduced a new club called Diversity Club. Softball won regionals. Youth and government went to the Supreme Court level and won. Some of us met the governor, and band brought home 2 grand championships at a national competition. Oh, and we realized we're the most attractive class ever. As one might say, we have aged with greatness even while overcoming senioritis. 4 years ago, I watched my sister's graduation on television. I couldn't quite understand why all the teachers were receiving all the praise. I mean, after all the students put in all the hard work and they showed up, so they should receive the praise. But in reality, it is the teachers because they gave the work and they taught it, and they did a fantastic job because we're all standing here in caps and gowns today. So I'm sorry it took me this long to realize, teachers. I respect you immensely because you picked something and you picked to help us. It's because of people like you that make people like me work harder because there's no reason not to work hard. It's because of people like you that show up to school at 6 o'clock in the morning so a student can take a test. It's because of people like you that stay after school for hours to help students learn new subjects in new ways and then go to a sports game afterwards to support another student that may not have any fans. It's because of people like you who treat students more than just a piece of paper through a Scantron. It's because of people like you who care more about what students write than how they write. It's because of people like you who look for the beauty and the progress and the challenge and knowing that it's going to be a fight to live an interesting life, but it's a fight worth fighting for. So on behalf of the class of 2018, I would like to say thank you, teachers and administrators. Then there's the rest of you, specifically the parents, but also anybody that helped in raising us, because that's no glamorous job either. If you were anything like my parents, you were probably superheroes. They sat out in the rain, cold, or shine every weekend to watch me play softball. When I forgot something at home and needed it, they brought it right away. They taught me how to drive and how to walk in a room like I owned it. They held me when I cried and laughed at my bad jokes. So for all the parents and families that gave it their all the past 18 years, thank you. I don't admire only my family, but all of our families, because you've done this scary thing called life, and you've gotten us through it too. These past 4 years, I've convinced all of you that I am super smart, but I am no genius. I've worked diligently to be successful, and it's a choice that any of you can make. Despite what my mom's Facebook posts say, I'm not perfect. I do make mistakes. But what I'm trying to say is you don't have to be the best. You just have to be determined to not let any obstacles stand in your way. There's one word I really want to focus on the rest of my speech, and that's give. What a powerful word if you think about it. Give. Imagine if everyone would give, whether it is to give time back to the community by volunteering or even giving yourself time. Time to study longer to make a better grade, or time with your family who's always stood by your side. I'm a true believer that when you give, you shall receive. At this time, I would like to give thanks to the people who have impacted my life greatly. Thank you to the coaches who always push me to be better and have taught me how to respect and how to give back to younger players. Thank you to all the teachers who have believed in me and have given me the extra help whenever needed. Thank you to my best friend who just so happens to be my boyfriend these past 2.5 years. Your friendship and love has given me the strength to be a better person. And last but not least, thank you to my family for giving me your unconditional love. Mom, I hope to keep making you proud so you can keep bragging about me on Facebook. Dad, thank you for being the most selfless man and sacrificing so I could be given all the right tools to succeed in life. Thank you to my sister for giving me her clothes without permission, and thank you to my grandparents who always seem to be slipping me a $20 bill here and there and supporting me at my games. Lastly, thank you to my fellow classmates who have given me their friendships over the years. Now we must give ourselves credit and put all the tools given to us to good work. Congratulations, my fellow graduating class of 2018. Thank you for letting me serve as your senior class president. Always remember that tables turn, bridges burn, and you will live and learn. But oftentimes, it's the journey that teaches you a lot about your destination. Now let's begin a new journey.
Thank you, Brooke, for those inspiring words and for your leadership of the class of 2018. We wish you best in your future endeavors at Radford and beyond. The class of 2018 Salutatorian is a well-rounded young woman who possesses great determination and intellectual drive. As a model student, she has earned a grade point average of 4.64. With an SAT score of 1550 and an ACT score of 34. Your salutatorian has received several awards consisting of National Merit Scholarship, Commended Student, College of William & Mary Leadership Award, AP Scholar with Distinction, and Virginia Tech Honor Band. Throughout her matriculation at Kecoughtan High School, she has been notably active with marching, concert, and symphonic bands. She has received the Kecoughtan Band Leadership Award and Most Outstanding Woodwind each year. Her experience as clerk with YMCA Youth Conference on National Affairs and Governor's Cabinet and Chief of Staff with the Model General Assembly provided her with valuable experiences. The class of 2018 Salutatorian was selected to attend Virginia Supreme Court again this year as part of the Model Judiciary Program. Her Governor's School mentorship provided her the opportunity to contribute to the 150th anniversary exhibit Pathways to Education at the Hampton University Museum. Your salutatorian has been accepted to Columbia University, Yale University, Emory College of Arts and Sciences, and Oxford College of Emory University, Rice, University of Richmond, University of Pennsylvania, and the University of Virginia. She has been offered $2,044,228 in academic scholarships. In the fall, your salutatorian will attend Yale University, majoring in archaeology. Please join me in congratulating your 2018 salutatorian, Claire Nelson.
Thank you, Mr. Mordecai. Good morning, Kecoughtan Warriors class of 2018. I would like to begin by giving a few thank yous. I want to thank my family, specifically my loving parents, who have encouraged me to be my best self day in and day out, and my brother, who has been a constant source of support and inspiration for me. To my friends, thank you for all of the memories we have shared and for the future ones that we will create. To my Warrior Band family, I am grateful to share a moment with you one more time. To my teachers, thank you for challenging me both as a scholar and a person, especially Madam Howard, Mr. Liebram, Mr. Mingy, Mr. Bigelow, and of course, Mr. Conti. On behalf of the class of 2018, I want to thank all of the parents, family members, loved ones, faculty, and staff who have been supportive and nurturing of our students. And finally, to my classmates, whether I only saw you in the hallway or if I had every class with you, thank you for contributing to our collective high school experience, and congratulations on reaching the series finale of our K-12 education. We have all experienced high school differently. This may seem like an obvious statement, and in many ways it is. Of course, we have been engaged in different activities, taken different courses, and been friends with different people. But our interpretations and interactions have been different as well. Whether you loved your time at KHS or you're eager to move on, I am sure that your time here has meant something in the grand scheme of your life. During our time in school, I hope you have learned both substantive information and skills for your future. The fact that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell may have escaped you. You may have forgotten how to perfectly conjugate verbs in Spanish, but the life lessons will stick with you. I hope you have learned how to stand up for your beliefs and values, whether that is not saying the pledge every morning, talking to a teacher about an unfair practice, or questioning the policy decisions implemented at both the school and city levels. In our world, there is no skill more useful or powerful than asking effective questions. Take your experiences and encounters and let them be a guide for you. There should never be a ceasing in our efforts to better ourselves and our communities. As you leave the Coliseum and continue on to your next step in our complicated paths of life, I hope you do not forget this value. I am confident that I will see, read, and hear the names of my fellow graduates in the media for years to come. I hope that you will seek to make positive changes in your communities, not because you want recognition via a trophy, plaque, ceremony, TV interview, or newspaper article, but because it is the right and admirable way to live. If the other results happen as a consequence, great. But regardless of if you are formally acknowledged by other people or entities, take pride in contributing to the betterment of our society. Do not stay complacent because you feel that you will not get your deserved moment in the sun. Continue the work that many of you have already started. Every positive action, no matter how large or small, makes a difference in someone's life. I am personally inspired by those that spend time working for the common good, often behind the scenes. In our climate of hostility and polarization, it is more important than ever to not succumb to the swirling negative energy and viewpoints. Positivity, not to be confused with blind optimism, requires one to make changes now, take action, with the goal of creating a society without the ills that currently plague us. I have always been challenged by the phrase, "life isn't fair." This is normally uttered by someone in a position of power criticizing the complaints of someone else. It never made sense to me because it seemed like a statement of giving up. We should not accept that life is inherently unfair. Instead, we should work towards fairness, justice, and equality in all forms. We should talk to each other and attempt to understand our varying perspectives. In doing this, we are helping ourselves and helping others. I encourage you to participate in your community, give back, and possibly most crucial, vote. I would like to leave you with a lesson my mom taught me. Do what is important, not what is urgent. Honor your responsibilities, but do not make the mistake of getting lost in the details that you miss opportunities that are truly of importance. My fellow graduates, congratulations. May the light guide you in all of your future endeavors. Thank you.
At this time, the Honorable Jason Samuel, School Board Chair, will present Claire with the Salutatorian Medal. Thank you, Claire, and congratulations again on your academic excellence and recognition at Salutatorian. We wish you well as you transition from KHS to Yale and beyond. As a dedicated and motivated young woman, your class valedictorian is a model student who has excelled in both her studies and extracurricular activities. Her passion and commitment towards her education is reflected in her cumulative grade point average of 4.66, with a combined SAT score of 1,500 and an ACT score of 34. Throughout the years, your valedictorian has completed a multitude of honors, advanced placement, and dual enrollment courses. She has earned numerous honors and awards, ranging from academic letters to the math, French, social studies, and national honor societies, to name a few. In addition to her academic pursuits, your valedictorian has enjoyed broadening her horizons through extracurricular activities and service. Her grant-funded travel experience in Germany and Switzerland provided insight to STEM energy solutions. She has represented KHS as Secretary of Natural Resources in the Girls State Program, which is a program of American Legion Auxiliary, the world's largest women's patriotic service organization. Her attendance at the Junior Sciences and Humanities Symposium at James Madison University and the Tidewater Regional Science and Engineering Fair allowed her to demonstrate her knowledge through the presentation of her independent research on the antimicrobial action of nanosilver particles for utilization in antibiofilms. Her mentorship experience this past year at NASA Langley Research Center introduced her to research on photovoltaic cell and nuclear power systems for implementation on the surface of Mars to power future human settlements. Her participation with the Ecology Club and receiving her Girl Scouts of America Gold Award, an award earned only by 6% of Girl Scouts, provides her with the opportunity to continually engage within her community. Your valedictorian has successfully earned and has been awarded an associate's degree of computer science from Thomas Nelson Community College earlier this month and received the President's Award. Your valedictorian has been accepted into University of Virginia, Georgia Tech, and Virginia Tech, and has been offered over $60,000 in academic scholarships. In the fall, she will be attending the University of Virginia School of Engineering as a Rodman Scholar, an honor offered only to the top 5% of the incoming engineering class. Please join me in congratulating the valedictorian for the class of 2018, Shannon Hepp.
Thank you for that introduction. I'm not going to pretend that this will be brief, but because I can't list you all, I want to say a big thank you to everyone who has helped me get to this day. Never mind being the valedictorian, but graduating high school alone takes a village, and I think we can all agree that it has been a struggle, especially these last few weeks. And for that reason, I want to sincerely thank each and every one of my teachers at Kecoughtan and Governor's School for drilling me with a list of random facts that I'll probably forget by the end of the summer. But really, I want to also thank you for all the support that you've given over these years and for taking time out of your personal lives to help random students like myself. Specifically, I want to give a huge shout out to Mrs. Joan Ellers for writing me who knows how many letters of recommendation when scholarship season rolled around, and for always providing words of wisdom and inspiration. Also, a big thank you to the guidance and administration team for all the work you've put in over these years, especially to Dr. Charmaine Grove, who is ensuring that today runs as smoothly as possible for all of us. Thank you to my friends for providing me a reprieve from the stresses of everyday life through everything from jokes to rants, and for sticking with me all these years. It means the world to me. You know who you are. And I'd be absolutely crazy to skip my boyfriend, Dennis. You have been my rock for these past 4 years, and that alone you should be commended on. But you have also shaped me into the person I am today, so thank you for ensuring that that person is someone whom we can both be proud of. And last but not least, I want to thank my amazing family for teaching my sister and I to always believe in ourselves and to never let anything stop us. Lauren, we may fight over the years, but you are the most inspirational and genuine person I have ever known, and I am so glad to call you my sister. Sorry. Now that that's out of the way, oh my goodness. Now that that's out of the way, let's be completely frank for a second. I'm not in any position to be blathering on up here to give any sage advice that I pulled from the lyrics of a Chainsmokers song. Sure, I'm the valedictorian, but I'm just as old and wise as the rest of you, and I hate to break it to you, but I procrastinate just as badly. In fact, most of my nights are full of Netflix and chill. I'm not saying getting to this point didn't take a lot of work. It did. But honestly, I think one of the main reasons that I'm up here right now is because I am a fantastic crammer come the night before a test. My point is, I know that my words aren't going to change your life. Heck, you probably even won't remember them by the end of the summer. And that's okay. But I do want to leave you with something that I recently realized. There was a study done at the University of Minnesota on 1,300 sets of fraternal and identical twins. Yes, I'm talking about a scientific study in my graduation speech, but just hold on for a second. You may find it intriguing. Although a few conclusions were of note to a nerd like myself, I think the one that caught my attention and the one that you'll find most interesting was on a review of the twins' levels of happiness. Essentially, the researchers concluded that about 50% of human happiness is predetermined based on genetic factors. This means that everyone has a set happiness level that they are born with and typically spend their lives hovering around. Roughly the other half of a person's happiness is dependent on the ups and downs of daily life. But eventually the person will always return to their genetic level of happiness. Surprisingly, of the day-to-day half, neither socioeconomic status, education, income, marital status, nor religious commitment can account for more than 3% of the variations between their happiness levels. I remember reading this and thinking, wait, what? That can't be right. Surely going to an Ivy League school, getting a super high-paying job would make someone significantly happier, right? Wrong. Every one of us has been pushed to get good grades, to get a good education, and eventually a good job. And although the people who push us to do this mostly do it because they want us to eventually support them, it's also because they want us to be successful. They want to know that we've gotten to a point in life where we're proud of the life that we've led. But success isn't measured or defined in the same way by everyone, and it isn't the true goal that we're aiming for. However, what we can all agree on wanting for ourselves and our loved ones is happiness. And the greatest thing about the study that I just shared with you is that it shows that you don't need any of the typical checkboxes you would think of when you hear the word successful to lead our happiest lives. All we have to do is enjoy the little things often. Taking time to revel in the simple pleasures in life, having a good meal, doing your favorite hobby, spending time with loved ones and friends, or even taking the time to help someone will keep you living life far above your genetically determined happiness level. Now, I'm definitely proud of what I've accomplished in the past 4 years, and I hope you all are too. But there are times when I look back and wish success hadn't been my priority. So the next time I'm faced with making a decision just to check off another box on the success checklist, I've committed to opt instead to make the decision to just be happy. Because when it's all said and done, all we really have are our happiest and most regret-filled memories. Class of 2018, these are my final words to you. Don't regret something as simple as this. Make the decision to be happy. Thank you.
At this time, the Honorable Jason Samuel, School Board Chair, will present Shannon with a Valedictorian medal. Congratulations, Shannon, on earning the distinction of Valedictorian and for your inspiring speech. We wish you and Claire the best as you embark upon the next phase of your journey and know you will continue to do well. May you have great success in your future endeavors. At this time, Mr. Timothy Kecoughtan, Assistant Principal, will acknowledge scholarships earned by the class of 2018.
At this time, we will recognize seniors who have received scholarships and awards. First, we would like to thank all donors for their generous investments in our students' futures. Your contributions exemplify your belief in our students as they pursue post-secondary learning opportunities. Guests, in the back of your programs, there is an impressive list of scholarships and awards earned by our seniors, as well as a list of colleges they will attend. Each scholarship and award represents an opportunity to grow the next generation of learners who will give back and support future generations for college, career, and life-ready citizens. At this time, I would ask that all scholarship and award recipients please stand to be recognized. We are proud to announce that the Kecoughtan High School class of 2018 earned a total of $12,045,111 in scholarships and awards. Congratulations. You may be seated. Thank you.
Seniors, congratulations on earning over $12 million in scholarships. That is amazing. The scholarships you received demonstrate your relentless pursuit of excellence, and it paid off significantly. We will now have remarks from our Superintendent, Dr. Jeffrey Smith.
Members of the class of 2018, good morning. As the superintendent of Hampton City Schools, it is my pleasure to share this important moment with you, as well as with so many other guests, including your families, school board members, Mayor Tuck, and members of the City Council, City Manager Bunting, Delegate Ward, and this morning joining us, Dr. John Dever, President of Thomas Nelson Community College. Distinguished members of the class of 2018, it is an honor to be here with you as we celebrate your many accomplishments. You have walked the halls and engaged in thoughtful and challenging discussions in a learning environment where everyday greatness is the expectation. Please know that I extend my best wishes to you and your family members as you have reached this important milestone. Today marks the chapter of a new beginning. I encourage you to use the positive energy of academic achievement and determination as leverage for your next chapter. Family members, friends, and invited guests, let me take the opportunity to share with you just a few of the strengths and outstanding achievements of the members of the class of 2018. As you just heard, this class has been offered more than $12 million in scholarships and grant awards. Members of this class have earned 794 industry credentials. Kecoughtan has an award-winning choir and band. The DECA program advanced to the national level this year. The softball team recently won the Region 5A championship. There are 2 members of this class who have already earned an associate's degree from Thomas Nelson Community College. As a matter of fact, because of our dual enrollment program and our partnership with Thomas Nelson Community College, this school year we have 6 times as many students who participated in dual enrollment classes earning college credits when compared to the 2015-16 school year. These young people have enlisted in the United States Armed Forces, and members of this class have been accepted to colleges and universities across the country, including Yale, the University of Virginia, Hampton University, Thomas Nelson Community College, the Centera School of Health Professionals, the College of William and Mary, Virginia Tech, UNC Wilmington, Christopher Newport University, Radford University, James Madison University, Tidewater Community College, Longwood University, Old Dominion University, the University of South Carolina, and Coastal Carolina University, just to name a few. Family members, friends, and guests, I know that you will join me in a round of applause for this outstanding class of distinguished scholars. Members of the class of 2018, as you go forth in life, I challenge you to remember the words of Winston Churchill, who said, "We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give." I know that each of you will give in such a way that this world will become a better place to live. I know that you will give in such a way that we will benefit from your contributions that will lead to medical breakthroughs. I know that you will give in such a way that our communities and the world in which we live will be a safer place to live for all of us. And I know that you will give in such a way that others will benefit from your knowledge, passion, and leadership. Members of the class of 2018, I know your future will be filled with great purpose. And so, in what has become an annual tradition for me as your superintendent, here is the relevant question for you today. Members of the class of 2018, are you ready to go forth and make your mark of distinction and take your place in society? Please accept my best wishes as you enter into the next chapters of success. Indeed, you are one. Go forth and do good. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Smith. It is an honor to have you serve as our superintendent. You bring a wealth of knowledge, skills, and expertise to Hampton City Schools, and even greater is your care, concern for our students. At this time, I would like to invite Brooke Bond to the podium for one final act as your senior class president.
Miriam Renee Abdel Sayed, highest honors. Claire Erica Allen, highest honors. Alexandra Starr Anderson, highest honors. Richard Ashley, highest honors. Taylor Xavier Baber, highest honors. Waris Barami, highest honors. Taylor Alexander Bartlett, highest honors. Kayla Marie Batten, highest honors. Phoebe Anastasia Bills, highest honors. Anaya Zoe Branham McMillan, highest honors. Blake Sawyer Brazier, highest honors. Elizabeth Joy Bresnahan, highest honors. Tyler Ayana Brinkley, highest honors. Lauren Grace Brown, highest honors. Rebecca Alexandria Brown, highest honors. Amber Lorraine Bullis, highest honors. Parker Marshall Bunting, highest honors. Today, Parker is receiving his Advanced Studies diploma as well as his Associate of Science degree from Thomas Nelson Community College. At this time, Dr. John Dever, President of Thomas Nelson Community College, will present Parker with his Associate of Science degree. Faith Markia Butler, highest honors. Seja Caitlin Carpel, highest honors. Takia LaJoy Carter, highest honors. Fiona Chow, highest honors. Xavier Emmanuel Christopher, highest honors. Maria Angelina Cifuentes, highest honors. Victoria Taylor Cochran, highest honors. Delaney Nicole Collins, highest honors. Gerald Bernard Cope Jr., highest honors. Presley Elizabeth Cox, highest honors. Haley Rosetta Crabtree, highest honors. Hallie Sue Crampton, highest honors. Jaleesa Lachey Cruz, highest honors. Madison Nicole Christ, highest honors. Jim Mi T. Du, highest honors. Kathy Nui Din, highest honors. Catherine Faith Dixon, highest honors. Nicole Diana Drungo, highest honors. Calvin Baxley Duggar, highest honors. Gabriel Stephen Edwards, highest honors. Bailey Marie Espelot, highest honors. Jalen O'Neill Faison, highest honors. Ryan Joseph Farrell, highest honors. Julia Christina Farrell, highest honors. Kristen Nicole Farrell, highest honors. Nigel Stefan Fields, highest honors. Adriel Ryan Ford, highest honors. Chandler Paul Fowler, highest honors. Michelle Lee Frazier, highest honors. Julia Geith, highest honors. Luke Ryan Glab, highest honors. John Matthew Grant, highest honors. Peyton Brooke Grubb, highest honors. Diana Marie Doclason Hall, highest honors. Gabriella Rose Ham, highest honors. Olivia Faith Harrington, highest honors. Olivia's diploma is being presented by her father and Kecoughtan faculty member, Mr. Keith Harrington. Jerron Nathaniel Harry, highest honors. Jerron's diploma is being presented by his mother and Kecoughtan faculty member, Mrs. Stephanie Harry. John D. Henderson, Jr., highest honors. Hayden Barry Noah Hendricks, highest honors. Jalen Emery Hill, highest honors. Bryce Vincent Hoon, highest honors. Robert Cullen Hoyt, highest honors. Jesselyn Hughes, highest honors. Shayna Lene Hutchinson, highest honors. Riley Elizabeth Hudson, highest honors. Trey Matthew Hilton, highest honors. Tiana Zernay Hyman, highest honors. Alexis Donna Jennings, highest honors. Christopher Roland Jennings, highest honors. Danielle Nicole Kibler, highest honors. Vladimir Frederick Kupke, highest honors. Jessica Nicole Law, highest honors. Diamond Michelle Lewis, highest honors. Martha Louise Long, highest honors. Marissa Elizabeth Lopez, highest honors. Andrew Thomas Macy Junes, highest honors. Bergen Patrick McGuire, highest honors. Sydney Nicole McEwen, highest honors. Sean Michael McMahon, highest honors. Sonia Marie Medina, highest honors. Camellia Inha Tai Win, highest honors. Suwin Win, highest honors. Amanda Ellen Olney, highest honors. Kiana Monet Owens, highest honors. Fatima Ariel Parker, highest honors. Gabrielle Poffenbarger, highest honors. Caitlin Noel Prelo, highest honors. Emily Ann Quick Cole, highest honors. Tavian Jamal Reed, highest honors. Naomi Marie Reynolds, highest honors. Rebecca Lynn Riblet, highest honors. Rajay Zakia Richmond Sargent, highest honors. Deja Kiera Janae Riddick, highest honors. Nicholas Allen Brown Roberts, highest honors. Nathan Sean Robinson, highest honors. Andre Michael Omandi Roots, highest honors. Lee Bennett Maurice Ross, highest honors. Kellyanndra Rossi, highest honors. Madison Lee Rowe, highest honors. Molly Elizabeth Ruth, highest honors. Samuel Safford, highest honors. Cecilia Renee Sanders, highest honors. Bailey Addison Seals, highest honors. Bailey Alexandra Sexton, highest honors. Christian Aaron Skaggs, highest honors. Ashley Brianna Smith, highest honors. Isis Tiara Smith, highest honors. Monasia Lachelle Smith, highest honors. Trevor Brett Stanius, highest honors. Wesley Grant Starling, highest honors. Samantha Alexandria Staley, highest honors. Autumn Sierra Strine, highest honors. Ashley Janelle Stooks, highest honors. Lainey Van Thompson, highest honors. Lainey's diploma is being presented by her mother and Kecoughtan faculty member, Mrs. Lynn Thompson. Jada Carol Thorne, highest honors. Sean Ryan Tiller, highest honors. Sandy Tiv, highest honors. Carly Bay Trevathan, highest honors. Jessup Scott Triplett, highest honors. Tristan Noel Tyson, highest honors. Tristan's diploma is being presented by her mother and Kecoughtan faculty member, Mrs. Stacy Tyson. Felicia Marie Uribes, highest honors. Jasmine Michelle Ursery, highest honors. Kayla Neilani Vasquez Maitland, highest honors. Reagan Paige Walter, highest honors. Sarah Gabrielle Ward, highest honors. Emily Nicole Webster, highest honors. Samantha Jean Whippo, highest honors. Koyas DeAnthony Williams, highest honors. Sarah Ann Williams, highest honors. Alyssa Jade Williamson, highest honors. Tyler Camden Weingrad, highest honors. Caitlin Nora Wolkowicz, highest honors. Mackenzie Lee Woodard, highest honors. Hannah Marie Woodward, highest honors. Jaden Diane Wright, highest honors. Kiana Marianne Wright, highest honors. Kendall Marielle Wright, highest honors. Victoria Elizabeth Wiggins, highest honors. Hallie Grace York, highest honors. Amna Ziad Al-Rawi, honors. Deneen Kenya Allen, honors. Justin Matthew William Ball, honors. Daisy Susan Barrett, honors. Imani Naima Balau, honors. Olivia Catherine Bills, honors. Sean Patrick Brady, honors. Kiana Monet Brown, honors. Damien Lavarsier Bunch, honors. Devin Cole Bourbon Washington, honors. Courtney Grace Burns, honors. Kelly Elizabeth Carson, honors. Elijah Deshawn Carter, honors. Carlin Nicola Center, honors. Kaya Alexis Channel, honors. Cassandra Chavez, honors. Alexandra Denise Coberly, honors. Cameron Marie Connor, honors. Jada Versailles Crocker, honors.
Christopher Dandridge Jr., honors. China Jacqueline Davis, honors. Justine Michelle Day, honors. Janera Leona Edmonds, honors. Eric John Eno, honors. Isaiah Lee Everett, honors. Rachel Elizabeth Farthing, honors. Kelsey Blake Faulkner, honors. Matthew Robert Fury, honors. Trent Bryce Foy, honors. Sarah Lynn Frangalakis, honors. Makai Savion Freeman, honors. Logan Alexander Garlock, honors. Joshua Benet Ham, honors. Keith Anthony Harper Jr., honors. Khalil Najir Hashim, honors. Genesis Rose Hassel, honors. Sean Eugene Henderson, honors. Dylan Parker Horsley, honors. Spencer House, honors. Victoria Ann Huggett, honors. Delaney Gail Hughes, honors. Peyton James Hutchinson, honors. Ayana Nicole Ingram, honors. Kayla Lynn Jeffries, honors. Dalton Johnson, honors. Jamel Walik Daquan Kennedy, honors. Gabriel Anthony Elseo Klein, honors. Joshua Michael Krug, honors. Faith Nicole Lawrence, honors. Naya Colette Lawrence, honors. Hunter Michael Lachak, honors. Jessica Michelle Lee, honors. Jalen Basil Livingston, honors. Jacob Justin McDowell Cintron, honors. Jacinda Lee Mason, honors. Joshua Tyler Massenberg, honors. Caleb Anthony Molesky, honors. Malik Miller, honors. Kenneth Peyton Millett, honors. Jacob Thomas Moore, honors. Marion Cortez Moore, honors. Zion Ayasis Mosiah, honors. Alexandria Nicole Nickens, honors. Stacia Alana Oglesby, honors. Autumn Brielle Parker, honors. Gabrielle Devon Parker Johnson, honors. Haley Perron, honors. Milton Trayvon Reeves, honors. Paige Mackenzie Robinson, honors. Reese David Robinson, honors. David Scott Sasser, honors. Alexander Halim Shakur, honors. Kayla Marie Sizemore, honors. Jasmine Dejanay Smith, honors. Shelby Vass Smith, honors. Jade Mariah Stokes, honors. Alexis Nicole Tainer, honors. Marilyn Teles Mendoza, honors. Madison Nicole Terry, honors. Quentin Marlos Thomas, honors. Helen Marjorie Underkoffler, honors. McKenna Tomei Watson, honors. Zachary Ryan Welch, honors. Amanda Cecilia Wells, honors. Malaya Lene Williams, honors. Destiny Mariah Willis, honors. Asa Hashabiah Wilson, honors. Ennis Winters IV, honors. Sean Daniel Woodward, honors. Josiah Ann Atkinson. Morgan Karen Alexander. Tasia DeJour Alexander. Jalea Elaine Alford. Miguel Angel Alfonso. Chriselle Michelle Allen. Jonathan Eric Backey. Kayla Ayana Barlow. Tanyana Kelshawn Barlow. Joshua Bradley Barnes. Nastasia Matane Bartlett. Robert Charles Beasley. Samuel Harrison Bell. Jamal Daquan Bellamy. Faith Giovanna Biggs. Adonis Tabari Burden. Simone Jamila Burden. Matthew Carter Birdsong. William Edwin Blankenship. Linquel Tyron Booker. Ashley Taylor Boyd. JC Nicole Brown. Kiara Monet Brown. Kyle Austin Bruno. Kayla Marie Buchanan. Jeremy Ryan Bulafont. Baden V. Burrows. Jason Adamo Campbell. Alexis Christine Cannon. Tanner Reed Cardot. Miranda Lynn Carroll. Casey Hebron Clark. Michaela Sky Clark. Cassidy Grace Kaufman. Antoine Samir Coles. Anaya Shanice Cooper. Destiny Cortez. Abraham Crawford III. Andrew Richard Krotz. Vincent Delia III. Jalen Isaiah Davis. Joyla Molly Deloach. Emily Marie Diffenbach. India Amaya Edmonds. Sean Ryan Elgis. Ariana Kiara Essen. Andrew Dion Evans Jr. Tyamber Betty Ann Everard. Carolyn Fields Hughes. Jamon Levert Fleming.
Elijah Christopher Fox. Kamari Nashawn Gardner. Alexis Simone Garland. Chad Michael Garris. Zachary Skylar Gerhard. Kayshawn Lamont Gilliam. Amari S. Gillette. Jordan Wayne Gilroy. Ladarian Diamond Grant. Ryan Thomas Matthew Graves. Eric Lorenzo Gray Jr., Brianna Michelle Green, Olivia Michelle Hall, Garrett Michael Haney, Aujanae Creedland Harrison, Mona Corinne Harvin, Bryce Cameron Hatfield, Mark Thomas Haynes II, Michael Joseph Hazlett, Jason Tyler Headley, Jade Troy Henley, Brianna Ashley Hennon, Janai Terrell Herbert, Charisma Marissa Hill, Tiasha Danielle Hill, John Wesley Hirsch V, Anthony Holly, Connor Mitchell Holston, Jacob Isaac Hopkins, Nicholas James Hunsaker, Selah Michelle Hunter, Christian Taj William James, Sarah Ashley Jenkins, Dominique Jamal Johnson, Jabari Lee Johnson, Marvin Lee Johnson, Ezekiel Mariel Jones, Gage Christopher Jones, Marquez Dante Jones, Nina Akwari Kelu, Linda Mahmoud Cannon, Darius Isaiah Keaton, Garrett Taylor Lahif, Peyton Victoria Lamb, Keith Dejan Leary, Jacob Wayne Lee, Deshaun Anthony Lindsay, Guy David George Lightsey, Rania Danonkin Love, Rachel Elizabeth Meyer, Taylor Marie Mangum, Autumn Nicole Marshall, Quentin Philip Mason, Dylan Troy Owen Mays, Macy Carlin McDaniels, Zaria Natasha McGee, Alexander McKenzie, Thomas Ryan Meyer, Kadar Yazid Nashawn Miles, Aaliyah Lucinda Miller, Elizabeth Brooke Milligan, Maurice Michael Mock, Adam Almagda Moharm, Mariah Alexis Mocklock, Matthew Isaiah Moore, Julian Denver Morton, Naeem Hussein Muhammad, Alan Joseph Murphy, Jared Lau Nelson, Amir Jihad Newsom, Mark Vincent O'Keefe, Michael Joseph O'Keefe, Rashad Lavelle Odom, Christopher Leon McCullen, Chaz Piaya Parker, Melina Nichelle Perry, Xavier Marquise Pittman, Sierra Chantel Purdy, Richard Ralph II, Naisia Nicole Record, Saeed Nasaya Richards, Gianna Marquise Richardson. Tiffany Renee Richardson. Layla Anlena Roach. Elena McKinley Robertson. Cameron Renee Rosa. Andrew Christian Rudiger. Nathan Raymond Savage. Seth Thomas Shrek. Sarah Emily Shaw. Avery Odell Singleton. Seth Nathaniel Scarron. Matthew Wade Smith. Jade Samantha Space. Jonathan Nobles Spivey. Jonah Tobias Howard Spraggins. Garon Matthew Stillwell. Quinell Lamont Stinney. Lance Justin Cole Studeville. Isaiah Kyrie Sudadov. Janaya Nasha Sunkins. Marcus Anthony Talaferro. Brandon Lee Tanner. Brandon Reith Tatum. Jessica Lee Thacker. Dalton McRae Thompson. Desiree Augusta Thompson. Nico Isaiah Thompson. Gerard Sherrod Thorpe. Eliza Victoria Thurkettle. Maya Lachey Tinsley. Alexis Sierra Marie Totten. Thomas Noel Townsend. Emily Diane Trana. Dylan Lee Updike. Caradane Olivia Wardorf. William Jackson Walker Jr. Brandon Darius Walker. Shoshana Wall. Jada Felice Webb. Sophia Suzanne Webb. Jazia Nakia Wheeler. Marvin Julian White Jr. Avion Heavenly Williams. Caleb Elijah Williams. Sebastian Robertico Williams. Tyler Alexander Williams. Lauren Nicole Wilson. Savannah Rose Wolf. Giovanni Louise Willems.
Natalie Michelle Kidd, highest honors. Hampton City School Board Student Representative Alternate. Natalie's diploma is being presented by her mother and Kecoughtan faculty member, Mrs. Renee Kidd. Brooke Madison Bond, highest honors, class of 2018, senior class president. Claire Melinda Nelson, highest honors, class of 2018, salutatorian. Shannon Lynn Hepp, highest honors, class of 2018, valedictorian. Today, Shannon is receiving an advanced studies diploma and an Associate of Science degree in computer science from Thomas Nelson Community College. Shannon was also the recipient of the 2018 Thomas Nelson Community College President's Award for Exceptional Academic Performance. At this time, Dr. John Dever, the president of Thomas Nelson Community College, will present Shannon her Associate of Science degree in computer science.
At this time, I would like to invite Brooke Bond to the podium for one final act as your senior class president.
Will the class of 2018 please stand? Now, to show that we have graduated, please join me in turning our tassels to the left. Congratulations, we've made it.
This graduation celebration marks the close of a chapter in your lives with many more chapters yet to be written. Class of 2018, I strongly encourage you to continue to positively write the rest of your life story with continued support from your parents, guardians, grandparents, siblings, extended family, teachers, and friends. They have advised and encouraged you to this momentous event and will be there for you every step of the way from now on. It has been an honor to serve as your principal in the home of everyday greatness. Will the audience and graduates please join me in standing as the Kecoughtan High School Band plays the alma mater, conducted by Mr. Nicholas Conti. Remain standing for the recessional of our graduates, led by the Kecoughtan faculty. Congratulations, class of 2018. Thank you all for being here today, and have a wonderful day.
Stand there, there we go.